The harsh Kentucky sun beat down on my face, the throbbing in my head a brutal counterpoint to the eerie silence. I blinked, trying to focus on the world swimming around me. Where was I? More importantly, what was I? Panic began to claw its way up my throat. The rooftop stretched before me, a flat expanse of concrete baking under the relentless sun. Around the perimeter, a low railing was the only barrier between me and the dizzying drop to the city below. A city that looked wrong. Empty cars littered the streets, their once vibrant colors dulled and faded. And in the distance, a thick haze hung in the air, smelling faintly of decay. Then I saw them. Lurching, shuffling figures, moving with a horrifying lack of purpose. They were everywhere, a plague of the dead consuming the streets. Project Zomboid. It was real. My worst nightmare had become my reality. My heart hammered against my ribs as the memories flooded back. A fever dream, a hazy recollection of a military evacuation, then darkness. I remembered waking up here, a prisoner in the sky. I was trapped. Taking a deep breath, I forced myself to focus. Panic wouldn't help. Survival would. I needed to get off this roof, and the only way down was through the building, a skyscraper crawling with those things. The door to the stairwell was reinforced steel, a grim reminder of the chaos within. I tried the handle. Locked. Just my luck. I scanned the rooftop for anything that could help. An overturned metal bin, a broken broom, a rusty fire axe leaning against a ventilation shaft. My eyes landed on it. The axe. It looked heavy, unwieldy, but it was better than nothing. With the axe gripped tightly in my hands, I approached the door. I took another deep breath, preparing myself for what lay beyond. Closing my eyes for a moment, I steeled my nerves. Then, with a grunt, I swung the axe, the resounding clang echoing across the rooftop. It took 3 brutal blows to finally shatter the lock. The stairwell was dark, the air thick with the stench of rot and stale sweat. As my eyes adjusted, I saw them. 2 of the shambling horrors, their clothes torn and stained, their vacant eyes fixed on me. They groaned, a guttural sound that sent shivers down my spine. This was it. My first real fight. I charged, adrenaline pumping through my veins. The axe felt heavy in my hands, the weight a strange comfort in this insane world. I swung, burying the blade deep into the skull of the first zombie. It crumpled to the ground, its lifeless body a testament to the gruesome reality I now faced. The second zombie lunged, its decaying fingers reaching for me. I sidestepped clumsily, barely avoiding its grasp, and brought the axe down again, this time severing its head. The headless corpse fell with a sickening thud. I stood there, breathing heavily, the axe dripping with blood. My hands trembled, but a grim satisfaction washed over me. I had survived. For now. The journey down was a brutal descent into hell. Each floor was a gauntlet, a horrifying maze filled with the undead. I found a janitor's closet on the 45th floor and scavenged a mop, using it as a makeshift weapon. The advantage was obvious because of the range, but it did little damage to the zombies. On the 38th floor, I discovered a security office, ransacked but thankfully containing a working flashlight and a fire extinguisher. The extinguisher proved surprisingly effective, the blast of foam temporarily disorienting the zombies, allowing me to slip past them. I found the water fountain on the 27th floor, which was a godsend. I had no water for a while and was dehydrated. The deeper I went into the skyscraper, the more desperate the survivors had been. I read the notes they left and the writing on the walls. A desperate plea for help, a chilling poem, and coordinates to a supposed safe zone. I took pictures with my phone, hoping that one day I would be able to escape this nightmare. The stairwell became a gruesome museum of the apocalypse, each floor a tableau of despair. It was the 17th floor when I heard the distinct sound of metallic clanging. A zombie in full riot gear, carrying a makeshift shield and a police baton. This was different. More dangerous. The riot zombie was slower, but its armor made it practically impervious to my axe. I dodged its clumsy swings, the baton whistling past my head. I scanned the hallway for an alternative. The sprinklers. I backed away, leading the riot zombie towards the sprinkler system. With a desperate heave, I slammed the axe into the sprinkler pipe. Water erupted, drenching the hallway. The riot zombie roared in frustration, its grip on the baton loosening. The sudden deluge seemed to have short-circuited something in its decaying brain. I seized the opportunity, slamming the axe into the gap in its helmet, mercifully ending its undead existence. The lower floors were the worst. The first floor was flooded with zombies, the remnants of a desperate last stand. It was here, amidst the carnage, that I found it, a shotgun, along with a box of shells. The weight of the shotgun in my hands felt different from the axe, a cold, deadly promise. I loaded it, the click of the mechanism echoing in the silent lobby. I took a deep breath and stepped out into the street. The sight that greeted me was overwhelming. Hundreds of zombies, shambling, groaning, their eyes fixed on me. It was a sea of death, stretching as far as I could see. But I had a shotgun. I raised the weapon, took aim, and fired. The blast was deafening, the recoil jarring. The zombie in front of me exploded in a shower of blood and bone. The others surged forward, drawn by the sound and the scent of fresh blood. I fought my way through the horde, each shot a deafening roar, each kill a desperate act of survival. The streets of Louisville were a charnel house, and I was just one more survivor, doing whatever it took to stay alive. The shotgun would only last so long, but I needed to find something, anything to help me get to the safe zone. The streets were a brutal tapestry of despair. I needed food, water, and a safe place to rest. I cleared a small corner store, barricading the windows and doors with whatever I could find. I found canned goods, bottled water, and a first aid kit. It wasn't much, but it was enough to keep me going for another day. As darkness fell, I sat in the back of the store, listening to the groans of the zombies outside. The city was a symphony of death, a constant reminder of the horrors that surrounded me. But I was alive. I had survived the skyscraper. And I would keep surviving. Because in this world, that was all that mattered.